The MV Artania, which moored in Mombasa's port and carried roughly 800 visitors, was the city's first cruise ship. Kenya's tourism industry has been declining since 2018, and the COVID-19 pandemic in 2020 made it worse. Kenya Ports Authority and the Kenya Tourism Board and other government agencies, together with different private players who work to ensure that cruise tourism is adequately and effectively marketed, have received a cruise ship with over 1,500 tourists. Edward Kamau, the General Manager of Corporate Services for the Kenya Ports Authority, stated that since the season started in November of last year, Kenya's cruise tourism season has picked up nicely. He also said that the cruise tourism will help the nation's economy because Kenya has already received 4 vessels.
Destination marketing is very important, so we work closely. Kenya Ports Authority works closely with Kenya Tourism Board and the other players in the industry to make sure that these kind of vessels are well received here and they have an enjoyable stay. And the vessel docked here around 2 o'clock in the morning, early morning, and therefore it's going to stay here until today evening. It's carrying a total of 1,532 people, that being 1,032 passengers and about 500 crew members.
The captain of the vessel, Oleski Zikonski, said that it was the first time MV Artania is docking at the port of Mombasa, and indicated as it is necessary for more cruise ships to come to Kenya to grow the industry.
We have about 500 crew on board, which is about 30 nationalities from all over the world. And as I mentioned, we are pleased with your welcome and your hospitality. I'm sure that it's necessary also for your country, more and more cruise ships coming to make a deal and to grow industry of the tourism, and I wish you all the best in this aspect. Hopefully the world will be open after the pandemic and you will receive in your beautiful port.
He added that Kenya has a very nice opportunity with a good terminal too. The vessel will then head down to south of Zanzibar, then Mozambique, before heading to South Africa ports. It is expected to have a passenger exchange stop in Cape Town port on February 26th, then head to the Atlantic coast through the West Africa, all the way up to Europe.
Yeah, the ship is heading down to Zanzibar and then Mozambique. And then we have some ports in South Africa like Richards Bay, Durban, East London, Port Elizabeth, and on the 26th of February we will stop in Cape Town for 3 days with the Planet passenger exchange as well. Then we have again few ports in South Africa, and then we're going slowly to the Atlantic coast, West Africa, all the way up to Europe, which will be last stop Africa cruise on the 7th of April in France, in Marseille.
Globally, there are over 60 ocean cruise lines operating 430 ships. In 2019, the cruise ships are said to have brought in $27 billion in revenue, but this drastically reduced due to the onset of the COVID-19 pandemic. The industry has been on recovery trajectory with 90% of cruise ships back in service, with projections expected to reach $18 billion. The number of passengers has been growing too and is expected to hit 25 million. Naomi Mutumba, Smart 24 TV, Business Today.